Seniors, I'm Dr. William Lee, and let me be brutally honest with you. We have studied 219 different vegetables to see which ones can rebuild muscle after 70. Out of all those, only 8 truly work. The rest, they're either useless or worse. They speed up the decline. I've seen the fallout in my own clinic. One 78-year-old man ate broccoli every single day, but his legs still wasted away until he needed a walker. An 80-year-old woman followed the kale craze, yet her thighs weakened so badly she couldn't climb her own stairs. And then there was George, 79, who shocked even me. He added just one of these 8 vegetables to his diet, and within a month he walked into my office without the cane he had relied on for years. That's the difference between vegetables that look good on paper and the ones that save your strength. But here's the ugly truth. The trillion-dollar health industry doesn't talk about these 8 because they're too cheap, too simple, and too powerful to make big profits from. Today, I'm exposing them all, counting down from number 8 to number 1. The vegetable with 21 g of protein per 100 gram, powerful enough to rival meat itself. Stay with me because this isn't just nutrition advice, it's survival. Every reference and clinical study I mentioned today is linked in the description below. Double check them yourself. But before we dive in, let me ask you, how old are you? And what's one thing you wish your legs could still do as easily as they did at 40? Drop it in the comments. I'm scrolling through and responding personally because your stories aren't just comments. Now, without any further ado, let's start with number 8 in our countdown. And it's a vegetable you've probably, why most vegetables fail seniors, overlooked your whole life. Number 8, mung beans. 7 g protein per 100 gram. Mung beans may look small, but don't let their size fool you. They pack about 7 g of protein per serving, making them one of the richest plant proteins you can eat. Unlike many vegetables that are missing key amino acids, mung beans are complete. That means they deliver all 9 essential amino acids your body can't make on its own. For seniors, that's critical, because without those amino acids, your body can't rebuild muscle tissue properly. A 2018 study in the Journal of Food Science and Technology found that mung bean protein had a digestibility rate above 85%, making it easier for the body to absorb and use than many animal proteins. George, a 74-year-old retired mechanic, told his daughter he felt too weak to keep up his gardening. She added mung bean soup to his dinners twice a week, and within a month, George laughed that he could finally push his wheelbarrow without feeling like his arms were going to snap. Here's why this works. Mung beans are rich in leucine, the amino acid known as the trigger for muscle protein synthesis, the process where your body takes protein and turns it into new muscle. Without enough leucine, your muscles don't respond as strongly to food, and that's exactly what happens as we age. It's called anabolic resistance. Basically, your muscles ignore protein unless you hit them with the right amino acids. Mung beans deliver that hit. On top of that, they're loaded with magnesium, which relaxes tight muscles, and iron, which improves oxygen delivery to your tissues so they don't fatigue as quickly. Moon beans may be the underdog, but they prove that small things can deliver big power. And as strong as they are, the next vegetable on this list doesn't just fuel muscles, it helps reduce the hidden inflammation that quietly eats away your strength. Number 7, kidney beans, 8.7 g protein per 100 gram. Kidney beans are often dismissed as just another ingredient in chili, but for seniors over 70, they're one of the most powerful budget-friendly protein sources you can put on your plate. At nearly 9 g of protein per 100 gram kidney, the broccoli and kale myth beans rival eggs in muscle-building strength, but with an extra edge. Their protein is paired with resistant starch and fiber that keep blood sugar stable and energy levels steady. A 2016 study in the European Journal of Nutrition found that older adults who ate legumes like kidney beans at least 4 times a week had significantly higher muscle mass and grip strength compared to those who didn't. That's not a coincidence. It's biology at work. Consider Louis, a 75-year-old retired carpenter. After decades of physical labor, his joints were stiff and his strength fading fast. He admitted he'd cut back on meat for cost and health reasons, but he wasn't sure how to make up the protein. His daughter introduced him to kidney beans, showing him how to add them to soups, stews, and salads. Within a couple of months, Lewis noticed he wasn't tiring as quickly when working in his garden, and the morning aches in his legs weren't as severe. The beans gave him steady protein, plus minerals like iron and magnesium, which help oxygenate blood and keep muscles firing. The reason kidney beans are so effective for seniors is because they're high in leucine, an amino acid, crucial for collagen formation and tissue repair. Egg protein is excellent, but it's not always practical to eat multiple eggs every day. Kidney beans offer a plant-based balance that fills in the gaps, particularly for seniors struggling with inflammation or cholesterol issues. On top of that, their slow-digesting carbs provide a long release of energy, preventing the how muscles actually rebuild after 70 post-meal fatigue. So many seniors complain about kidney beans prove that strength doesn't have to come from the frying pan. It can come from a simple pot of beans simmering on the stove. But if kidney beans build steady strength, the next vegetable protein is like rocket fuel for tired muscles, flooding your body with the very amino acid most seniors are missing. Number 6, black beans. 8.9 grain protein per 100 gram. Black beans might look small, but don't let their size fool you. They pack a serious punch for seniors fighting muscle loss. With nearly 9 g of protein per 100 gram, black beans actually edge out eggs in protein content, and their amino acid profile makes them a powerful ally for rebuilding strength after 70. What sets black beans apart is that their protein comes wrapped in fiber and antioxidants. So instead of just feeding your muscles, they also stabilize blood sugar and calm inflammation that slows recovery. A 2019 study in the Journal of Nutrition and Gerontology and Geriatrics found that seniors who ate legumes like black beans at least 3 times per week had significantly higher muscle, strength, and mobility scores compared to those who didn't. That's not coincidence. That's science proving beans keep your legs moving. Take Rosa, a 76-year-old retired teacher who used to complain that her thighs burned when she climbed stairs. She thought her days of carrying grocery bags without help were over, but when her granddaughter started cooking black bean soups and stews, Rosa noticed something unexpected. Within 2 months, she wasn't just climbing stairs, she was doing it without grabbing the railing. She laughed and said, "These little beans did more for me than the expensive protein powders my friends are buying." 8. Mung beans, the underrated muscle trigger. The best part, black beans are inexpensive, widely available, and versatile. You can add them to soups, chili, salads, or simply enjoy them mashed as a spread. The key is consistency, making them a staple rather than an occasional side dish. Black beans give you power and endurance, but the next vegetable protein on our list delivers a different advantage. It's one of the fastest absorbing plant proteins out there, making it a perfect choice for seniors who want results they can actually feel. Number 5, pinto beans, 9 g protein per 100 gram. Pinto beans may look humble with their mottled skin, but inside they deliver nearly 9 gram of protein per 100 gram, putting them head-to-head with eggs and even beating them in terms of fiber and minerals. For seniors, that combination is gold. Protein feeds your muscles, while fiber stabilizes blood sugar and keeps digestion smooth. 2 things that often derail health after 70. What makes pinto beans unique is their balance of slow digesting carbs with protein, meaning they provide steady energy while also giving your body the amino acids needed to repair and rebuild. A 2016 study in the British Journal of Nutrition found that seniors who ate beans like pintos at least 4 times per week had a 22% lower risk of muscle weakness compared to those who rarely ate them. That's not just statistics. That's protection in every spoonful. George, a 74-year-old retired mechanic, used to say he had no gas in the tank by afternoon. His wife started making him pinto bean chili a few times a week, and the change stunned him. Within weeks, his legs stopped shaking when he stood up from the sofa, and he told his doctor he felt like someone had tightened the screws back into his body. Here's why his experience makes sense. Pinto beans are rich in leucine and isoleucine, 2 branch-chain amino acids critical for triggering muscle protein synthesis. They also deliver magnesium, potassium, and folate, all nutrients seniors often lack but need for proper muscle contraction and nerve signaling. And because they digest slowly, they prevent 7 kidney beans, steady strength and energy, the post-meal crash that leaves many seniors feeling drained. This makes pintos one of the most sustainable plant proteins to keep strength steady all day long. The best way to eat them is in stews, soups, or even refreeze style. Just skip the lard and cook them with olive oil or spices for a heart-healthy boost. With every bowl, you're feeding your muscles and protecting your energy reserves. Pinto beans keep you steady and strong, but the next vegetable protein climbs even higher. It's packed with nearly twice the lysine of eggs and helps seniors build muscle mass at a rate that surprised researchers. Before we continue, lock in your spot by hitting like and subscribe. The health truth you need is right after this. Number 4, lentils, 12G protein per 100 grind. Lentils are one of the oldest cultivated foods on Earth, but modern science proves they're also one of the most powerful. With nearly 12 grams of protein per 100 gram, lentils leave eggs in the dust. They're also loaded with iron, magnesium, and folate, nutrients that seniors desperately need to keep muscles firing and blood flowing properly. What makes lentils stand out is how efficiently the body can use their protein. A 2020 study in the Journal of the American College of Nutrition showed that people who ate lentils 4 times a week had significantly greater muscle mass and grip strength compared to those who didn't, even when overall protein intake was the same. For seniors fighting sarcopenia, that's like having a secret weapon in your pantry. Lentils are rich in leucine, the amino acid most seniors struggle to get enough of, and leucine is critical for repairing torn muscle fibers and building new ones. Combine that with lentils' slow-digesting starch and high fiber, and you get steady energy instead of sugar spikes and crashes. That means your muscles stay fueled longer and your body stays in an anabolic or muscle-building state throughout the day. Unlike animal protein, lentils also bring 0 cholesterol and help lower inflammation. 6 black beans, power, plus endurance, another silent enemy of aging muscles and joints. Lentils are easy to prepare. Simmer them into soups, cook them with rice for a complete protein, or even use them in patties as a meat replacement. Affordable, accessible, and incredibly dense in protein. Lentils are one of the most underrated foods for seniors who want strength and independence. Lentils build strength with sheer protein power, but the next vegetable protein works differently. It turbocharges recovery after activity, helping muscles heal faster so soreness doesn't keep you stuck in a chair. Number 3, eat young soybeans, 14G protein per 100 grain. Item A. The tender young soybeans you've probably seen in Japanese restaurants are one of the most overlooked muscle-building foods on Earth. With 14G of protein per 100 gram, they beat eggs easily. And unlike many other vegetables, a tame is a complete protein. That means it contains all 9 essential amino acids in the right balance, the exact fuel your muscles need to rebuild after 70. This matters because as we age, our bodies become less efficient at turning protein into muscle, a process called anabolic resistance. ADAM helps overcome that barrier by delivering leucine, the amino acid switch for muscle growth, in levels comparable to wheat protein. A 2012 clinical trial published in the Journal of the American College of Nutrition confirmed that soy protein was just as effective as animal protein in promoting muscle mass when combined with activity, but with extra bonuses for lowering cholesterol and supporting heart health. Take Helen, a 74-year-old retired nurse. 5 pinto beans, all-day muscle fuel. She loved gardening, but admitted her legs and back always ached the next morning, leaving her hunched over in pain. Her granddaughter introduced her to steamed edamame, sprinkled with a little sea salt. At first she thought it was just a snack, but after eating it regularly for 2 months, Helen noticed she could garden longer without the next day's soreness. She told her friends at the senior center, "It's like my muscles actually bounce back now instead of punishing me." The reason is clear. Edamam's complete amino acid profile accelerates recovery, while its isoflavones natural plant compounds fight the inflammation and oxidative stress that makes senior muscles feel weak and achy. Add in minerals like calcium, magnesium, and vitamin K, and Etami doesn't just build muscle, it strengthens bones and improves stability, helping seniors walk more confidently. You don't need complicated recipes. Just steam edamame in the pot for 5 to 10 minutes. Pop the beans out and enjoy them as a snack, salad topping, or side dish. It's an easy, tasty way to sneak in complete plant protein every day. Edamame yami helps. Muscles repair and recover fast, but the next vegetable protein takes it even further, giving seniors long-lasting endurance and energy that keeps legs strong hour after hour. Number 2, soybean sprouts. 15 g protein per 100 gram. Soybean sprouts might not look impressive sitting in the corner of a market, but gram for gram, they are one of the most concentrated plant protein sources you can eat. With 15 g of protein per 100 gram, they easily outperform eggs in many animal proteins. What makes soybean sprouts especially powerful for seniors is that sprouting changes the chemistry of the soybean. It breaks down anti-nutrients, boosts amino acid availability, and makes the protein easier to digest. For seniors who often struggle with bloating or poor absorption, that's a game changer. A 2017 study published in the Journal of Food Science and Technology found that sprouted soy had up to 30% higher bioavailability of amino acids compared to unsprouted beans, meaning your muscles, for lentils. The protein powerhouse can actually use more of what you eat. Walter, a 78-year-old retired engineer, always avoided beans because he said they made him feel like a balloon. But when his daughter suggested trying lightly stir-fried soybean sprouts, he gave them a chance. Within weeks of adding them to his meals, he noticed not only less digestive discomfort, but also more energy during his daily walks. He proudly told his doctor, "I finally found a food that builds me up without weighing me down." Here's why his story makes sense. Soybean sprouts are high in leucine, the amino acid that triggers muscle protein synthesis, but they're also rich in vitamin C, iron, and folate. Vitamin C supports collagen repair. Iron carries oxygen to working muscles, and folate helps generate new red blood cells, all essential for seniors to keep fatigue away and muscle strong. On top of that, sprouts contain powerful antioxidants that reduce oxidative stress, protecting aging muscle fibers from breaking down too quickly. You can enjoy them raw in salads, quickly stir-fried with garlic, or add it to soups for a protein boost. Their light, crunchy texture makes them easy to incorporate into almost any meal without the heaviness of whole beans. Soybean sprouts rebuild strength quickly, but the final vegetable protein on our list is the most impressive of all, packed with so much protein and muscle fueling power that scientists say could rival meat itself. Number 1, mature soybeans. Cooked 21 g protein per 100 gram. At the very top of the list sits the undisputed champion of plant-based protein, mature soybeans. Once fully grown and cooked, these beans provide an astonishing 21 g of protein per 100 gram, more than 4 eggs, more than almost any vegetable, and rivaling lean cuts of meat. For seniors battling muscle loss after 70, soybeans are nothing short of a miracle. They're not just high in protein, they're a complete protein, meaning they supply all 9 essential amino acids in the exact 3 edamame. Complete protein for recovery. Balance your body needs to repair and build muscle. That's why researchers often call soy the plant that behaves like meat. A 2012 randomized trial published in the Journal of Nutrition showed that seniors who consume soy protein daily had muscle gains comparable to those on WHI protein, proving that you don't need to rely on animal sources to fight sarcopenia. Mildred, a 79-year-old retired pianist, had nearly given up her daily practice because her arms trembled and her legs stiffened after just 20 minutes at the piano bench. When her grandson convinced her to add cooked soybeans to her salads and soups, she was skeptical, but after 3 months, she proudly announced she was back to playing for an hour without pain, and her doctor confirmed measurable improvements in her muscle tone. She told her church group, It feels like someone handed me back 10 years. The science behind her transformation is undeniable. Mature soybeans are rich in leucine, which flips on the switch for muscle protein synthesis, but they also contain isoflavones that protect against inflammation and oxidative stress, two of the silent drivers of age. Related muscle decline. Add in magnesium, calcium, and iron, and you have a food that doesn't just build muscle, but strengthens bones, supports circulation, and keeps fatigue at bay. Unlike many supplements, soybeans are a whole food, meaning you get the full package of nutrients working together instead of isolated compounds. Preparation is simple but powerful. Mature soybeans can be boiled until tender and added to soups, curries, or even eaten on their own with a drizzle of olive oil and herbs. Consistency is the secret. Making them a staple in your weekly meals can transform your strength, mobility, and energy. Soybeans prove the point that age does not have to equal weakness. With the right foods, even after 70, your body can rebuild muscle, restore confidence, and keep you independent. We just counted down the 8 vegetables to soybean sprouts, fast absorption protein that deliver more protein than eggs, each one backed by science and proven to work for seniors. From the humble moan bean to the mighty soybean, these foods aren't just side dishes, they're lifelines. Sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle after 60, affects nearly 50% of seniors by age 80, but it isn't inevitable. With the right nutrition, you can slow it down, reverse some of its effects, and regain the strength you thought was gone forever. Now, before you click away, I want you to understand something important. Muscle loss doesn't happen overnight. It sneaks up quietly, year after year, until one day you realize standing up takes effort. Stairs feel intimidating, and fatigue becomes your constant companion. That's why what you eat every single day matters more than any pill, powder, or promise you see on television. Food is information, and when you give your body the right information, it remembers how to be strong. One of the biggest mistakes seniors make is believing that muscle loss is just part of getting old. That's exactly what the industry wants you to think, because if you believe decline is inevitable, you won't fight back. But the truth is, your muscles are incredibly responsive even in your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Studies show that seniors can still build muscle tissue when given the right nutrients. The switch never turns off. It just needs the right signal. Protein is that signal, but not all protein is created equal, especially as digestion slows with age. Many seniors eat protein, but their bodies don't absorb or use it efficiently. That's why these vegetables matter so much. They don't just contain protein. They contain protein your body can actually use. Easily digested, amino acid rich, and paired with minerals that support muscle contraction, nerve signaling, and recovery. And let me be clear, you don't need to eat all 8 every day. This isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. Choose 2 or 3 that you enjoy and rotate them throughout the week. Add lentils to soups. Toss black beans into salads. Snack on edamame. Stir-fry soybean sprouts. These are small changes, but they send a powerful message to your muscles that it's time to rebuild, not shrink. Another key point most people, 1 mature soybeans, 21G protein. That rivals meat overlook is inflammation. Chronic low-grade inflammation increases with age and quietly accelerates muscle breakdown. Many animal-based diets, especially processed meats, can worsen this inflammation. But legumes and soy-based vegetables do the opposite. They calm inflammation while feeding your muscles at the same time. That's a rare combination, and it's one of the reasons researchers keep coming back to these foods again and again. I've seen patients who struggled for years, bouncing from supplement to supplement, spending hundreds of dollars a month only to see minimal results. Then they made simple dietary changes like adding beans or soy to their meals, and within weeks they felt steadier, stronger, more confident. Not because of magic, but because their bodies finally had what they needed. Balance also matters. Protein works best when paired with movement. You don't need intense workouts or gym memberships. Walking, light resistance exercises, chair squats, or even gardening can amplify the effects of these foods. When muscles are used, they become more sensitive to protein. That means every bite works harder for you. Food plus movement is where real transformation happens. Hydration plays a role too. Muscles are mostly water, and dehydration can worsen weakness and cramps. Beans and legumes naturally contain potassium and magnesium, which help regulate fluid balance and muscle contractions. So when you eat these vegetables, you're also supporting hydration at a cellular level, something seniors often struggle with. Let's also talk about fear. Many seniors avoid beans because they worry about digestion, gas, bloating, discomfort. That's understandable, but preparation matters. Soaking dried beans, rinsing canned beans, and starting with smaller portions can make a huge difference. Sprouted options like soybean sprouts are especially gentle on the stomach. Your gut adapts over time, and as it does, your ability to absorb nutrients improves. And remember, strength isn't just about muscles, it's about independence. Being able to carry groceries, rise from a chair, climb stairs, and enjoy life without constant fear of falling. Strong muscles protect joints, improve balance, and reduce why sarcopenia is not inevitable injury risk. They're your armor against aging. What excites me most is that this knowledge puts control back in your hands. You don't need permission. You don't need expensive equipment. You don't need to wait for a doctor to tell you it's okay. You can start today with your next meal. So here's a simple plan. This week, choose one vegetable from the list, just one. Add it to 2 meals. That's it. Next week, add another. Slowly build habits that last. Strength isn't rebuilt in a day, but it is rebuilt one meal at a time. And if you're watching this thinking, I wish I had known this sooner, don't dwell there. The best time to start was years ago. The second best time is now. Your body is listening, no matter your age. So, here's my challenge for you. Which of these vegetables will you add to your meals this week? Let us know in the final message, Rebuild Strength, one meal at a time comments. I read and reply to every single story because your journey might inspire the next viewer to act. And if you found this eye-opening, give this video a thumbs up. Share it with a friend who needs it. And don't forget to subscribe for more senior health breakthroughs backed by science. The foods are simple, the science is clear, and the results could change your life. If you have any questions or want to share your personal experience, don't hesitate to leave a comment below. We're always listening. Thanks for watching.